2020 was a year of travel ironies-niche. Domestic travel markets became mainstream. Barren tourist cities demanded fewer visitors return. New airports opened without passengers, and the grounding of everyone helped people with disabilities travel better. It was the year that the travel industry flipped spectacularly on its head. Demand for international air travel fell 90%, meaning there was less cargo traveling in the bellies of passenger planes. Many airlines such as Delta, American and United started cargo-only flights, and some, such as Ethiopian Airlines, even managed to make enough money from transporting cargo to break even. American Airlines Vice President of Commercial Cargo, Roger Samways, told CNN that they had never seen botox, quantities of this nature, being shipped to the U.S. and Chris Busch, United's managing director of cargo for the Americas, said there was still plenty of mozzarella coming out of Italy, despite the higher cargo prices. Germany's Berlin Brandenburg Airport (BBA) opened after an eye-watering 8-year delay and coming in at double the original budget because of engineering issues, as reported by Deutsche Welle. 90 kilometers of cables weren't installed correctly, 4,000 doors had been numbered incorrectly, the escalators were too short, and the roof of the airport was twice the allowed weight. Plus the lights literally couldn't be turned on because of a technical glitch. And when it did open, its vast retail center didn't have any customers. Germany had just entered lockdown, and Berliners were invited to come to the airport to not travel. Volunteers were needed to help stress test the airport, to identify any problems before any real passengers arrived. People began taking day trips to stare at cruise ships which were moored outside ports around the world, including in the English Channel, during an international no-sail ban. And on land, inactive airports became the fascination, like Teruel in southern Spain, which grew in size as crew began parking the hundreds of planes turning up because they had nowhere else to go. Whilst traveling can be challenging for people suffering from specific conditions, there have been some positive outcomes from the pandemic. Condé Nast reported on how the flexible cancellation policies now in place are a game-changer for people suffering from degenerative illnesses, where symptoms can sometimes be so severe and so sudden, that people cannot travel at a moment's notice. The need for physical distancing means that more doors are being programmed to open automatically, and more contactless check-in systems help people with slurred speech or those without full use of their arms. The latter has incidentally hindered deaflbind people who rely on touch to navigate. It goes without saying that reduced passenger numbers have resulted in more space between people, helping people to move around better with canes or mobility vehicles.